This is how the day ended for me. Stay tuned to see how it all began. Welcome to round 4 of TORCS Texas Off-Road Championship Series. We're at Goertz Ranch today. It's an overcast day, kind of humid out, so it should be warm riding. Lots of fun. Hopefully the rain holds off and we don't have a mud race. And check out a few of the things I've been working on.
Hey Dad, what you doing?
Well, I'm practicing my technique.
Dad, why are you practicing your technique?
I want to become a better rider, but really what I want to do is have perfect technique so I can end up on the event flyer for the races.
Dad, what's an event flyer?
An event flyer is a sheet that the race promoter creates that shows the race times, the classes, the fees, the location, and it usually has a pro or an A rider in the middle of it that looks really cool, and they usually have really good technique. Hey, you want to help me with my technique?
Yeah?
All right, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna look at me, and if you see me doing anything wrong, you're gonna shout it out, okay?
Okay.
2 hours later.
Balls of the feet on the peg. Hips out. Back straight. Elbows up. Dad, I think that's perfect. They're gonna love you.
All right, let's go do a practice lap and check out the track. There's 3 lines here that you can take to the left, to the right, or right over that hump. Which one do you think I took? Not taking that line during the race. What the hell? Yeah, I didn't see that line. Practice was a little crazy out there. It's starting to drizzle and there's not much of a dirt layer in a lot of sections, so it's pretty bare and it makes it really slick. So my back tire started sliding out a lot, especially in the open areas. And then all I was looking for is a little bit of grass. If I saw a little bit of grass, I would go over there and just try to hit the gas. I think that's about as good as I'm gonna be able to do, because if you stay in the middle where it's bare, your back tire is going to slide. I don't think, no matter how much knobby or how square your corners are on the tire. So it's gonna be fun. I didn't get to take the hard line up the hill. There's a flagger just waving everybody through, and he wouldn't let me go up the hard line, which I don't know. Now that it's raining, it's probably best anyway. So as you saw, there's Alex Montoya, but as you saw, I got there's Brad shouting Cowie in my video. So man, where was I? Oh, my bike went over, topped over on that deep rut going down the hill. So it's gonna be fun. I'm probably gonna have to slow it down and keep it on 2 wheels to see how I place.
All right, we're getting all lined up here. I see Toby over to my right. We've been talking trash for 2 weeks.
Hey, Toby. Hey, man, the hypotenuse is longer than the two sides.
What's that?
The hypotenuse is longer than the two sides, man.
Watch out, I'm coming in hot.
Okay.
So I start talking it up on the line. Basically just telling him what's he doing way out on the outside. So we'll see what happens here. Somebody's seriously on the red limiter. Alright, so I get a great jump. Dip off the line. It's my best start ever. I'm so excited. For those of you who watched my last race, I started dead last, but my goal was to start in the top 5. So I'm standing up here in the pegs, sitting down in these corners like right there, but I'm not as good as these guys in the open. I'm much better compared to people in my class in the woods, so they're pulling away from me a little bit here in the open, but I'm kind of staying right with them. Now we're going into the woods. I'm in 4th still. Got 15 guys right behind me, so I'm really trying to keep pace with these guys in front. Thinking just don't make any mistakes, and I'll be able to just keep pace with them. And I'm not even thinking podium at this point, but just keep pace. All right, first easy hard split. Saw in the practice lap I went over to the right and crashed, but I took that, went right up it. Lots of rocks and roots, and it's a lot steeper in person than it is on the camera there. The camera really flattens it out. All those years of riding that C-Tour really helped. So this is the guy who's in 3rd, and I just catch that lip. Bike stalls. Can't get it started. Elijah just passed me there. He ends up getting 3rd. So Toby's right there on the right now. And so he tried to pass me, but he couldn't get past me. And my bike finally started. I had to use the hot start. And so I'm thinking, oh, Toby's right behind me. He wasn't. He was not right behind me. I guess that's a story for Toby to tell. Alright, taking the CD easy line here. As you guys saw in practice, that wasn't pretty. It's kind of sketch right there. That big drop off, and then you had a hard break. It's just kind of fun here. Just keep it to the right where it's easy and pop it up over that lip. And hope everything comes out okay. So I'm really liking my new gearing. I went from a 14 to a 13 tooth front sprocket, and I'm able to stay in 3rd gear for most of the wood section, and I think that even made me a little bit faster. I don't know what's going on here. I'm just lollygagging, can't get back on the course. I see a bike there, and I don't know what Toby's number is, but I see a red bike, and he was just right behind me, so I'm thinking, oh, that's Toby. And, you know, he's in 2nd place in the championship, and even though we have fun and we talk trash, I don't want to, like, ruin his championship. So I'm thinking here, I'm going to pull over and let Toby by, go catch up with the leaders. And so I pull over right here. I'm like, oh, Toby, I let him by. It turns out that's not Toby, it's Jose Ojeda. He ends up getting 5th place. But I need to learn everybody's number. This is where I fell in practice. Even though I didn't fall there, I should have taken that little cheat line there. It's a lot faster. Gain 2 seconds per turn, and that ends up being a lot of time. I love this section. Going to the bridge and it's just nice and flowy. Third gear really worked out here. Standing up on the pegs, just letting bike flow underneath me is a lot of fun. It wasn't as dry as some of the other sections in the course, and these roots got a little wet. But I didn't have any problems with it. Your wheels didn't always feel super planted. So now I'm starting to catch up with some other riders. This is Jose, and this is Denise Bailey from Women's Open. It looks like there was some sort of entanglement there. So now we're going back under the bridge. This is a 40C rider, I think. So I'm thinking different class. I'll get by him. Actually, I never passed him. Go down, I went down that little ramp to the creek bed twice now.
Different class.
And once we get to the open section, I couldn't keep up with him. He was pretty fast at the open. Must have been that I was faster in the woods. A couple of D riders gonna come flying by me here. This next guy has a temporary plate on. He looks like a motocross guy because he came flying, but I ended up passing him a couple times in the wood section. So there's Jose passing me for real this time instead of me letting him by. I sort of kept up with this group. You know, they were always like maybe 50, 100 yards ahead of me. They didn't get away, but I couldn't close the gap, even though I was coming out of these corners in third and just hitting the throttle hard, trying to stay with them. But I gotta practice in the open stuff in the corners because my woods is getting better. Riding at spokes a lot. But I'm just not able to gain any ground on terrain like this. Much less pass people. Alright, we're coming to the end of the first lap here. Me and this guy take the left. I think this is a 60C rider that we passed. He let us by. Alright, I executed this turn way better on the second lap right here. I click it down into second gear and just was able to carry a lot more momentum around this turn. This is a fun little S or chicane there, but it was really hard packed. Coming up this hard again, lots of roots, lots of rocks. Just keep my momentum and pedal the clutch. This is a 60C rider. He's holding me up. He tries to let me pass him right here, but I was not expecting him to slow down right in the middle of the sand section here. So he goes, I was trying to pull over. He was a little bit annoyed, rightfully so, because I ran right into him. And then, yeah, about like 10 turns up here. Finally pulls over in the grass and just kind of waves me by. Sorry, dude.
Those roots get wet, they get shady.
Commenting about how I'm slipping on the roots there. Those 50B riders are fast. They come by. And then they see you later, quickly. Trying to stand up on the pegs mostly through here. Maybe some of those really tight ones I'll sit down, but I'm trying to stand and let that bike turn underneath me. This was the second race where I made a commitment to basically stand as much as I can, except in like many of the corners, like many of the tight corners, but in the open and in the woods. But it's not a tight corner. I'm forcing myself to stand now. Been working on my technique, as you guys saw earlier. It's hard to keep it the whole race, but definitely been working on squeezing with the legs, hips out, back straight, elbows up. This guy kind of just lets me by there, but yeah, just working on improving, feeling more comfortable on the bike. Oh, that guy's really fast. But the more comfortable I feel on the bike, the faster I'm able to go. Oh, this part's got some roots and rocks here. And I stood up all 3 times. And a couple B and A rider there. And I thought I was gonna have to dab on that roots and rock section. But I never had to dab once. I just stood up the whole time. So no problems with the creek bed the first practice lap, and then the next 2 times that I went through there. A little foreshadowing there. Coming up on the end of the 3rd lap here, end of the 3rd lap for me. So I was going to do a 4th lap. I had plenty of time to make a 4th lap. That would have put me right at about 7th place. But as you'll see coming up, my day is about to be done. I had fun. It was a great property. The course was challenging but fair. I think Gil did a great job setting it up, and really enjoyed riding it. It had some opens, some hard technical stuff, hill climbs, rocks, roots, flat, flowy stuff, just a little bit of stuff for everybody. No dab, no dab. See, it's pretty choppy there. And this is where it ends for me. Watch the front wheel just go right over the left. Oh, it just hurts thinking about it. Creek bed won that one.
You saw that was a hard hit. They examined me in the medical tent, and it looks like I might have broken my shoulder or collarbone or something, and it wasn't hurting. I said, hey, it's not hurting. He's like, oh, you're in shock. And now it's starting to hurt. So I just took some ibuprofen, called my wife. She's gonna take me to the ER, so hopefully we can get this figured out. But I was doing great. I let probably like 4 red stickers by, and then I probably let 4 red stickers by, and then I passed another 2. That puts me like right about 6th place, I think. I had to have been in 6th or 7th, which would have been my best finish. But what happened was that tire just did not set where it was supposed to. It slid right off the edge there. Bike went left, I went right, landed right on my shoulder. Hit my head pretty hard, but I don't have a concussion or anything. It's just my shoulder and my thumb on my other hand. Well, folks, I won't be back for another couple months, probably after the summer break. So I enjoyed it while it lasted this year, and we'll see everybody probably in September, October.